Hello, this is Erica. It is October 4th.
Fifth.
5th? Oh my, I'm 12 hours off on my watch. Whoops. It is October 5th. I was looking on my watch. You're right. 2020. I'm Erica coming to you from Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, New York City. And this is Nicole coming to you from Madrid, Spain.
Hello, everyone.
And we've been doing this since March. I was just looking at something else that I stopped doing in March. Like I had said I was looking at old calendar. I've been going through stuff and just realizing things that I stopped keeping track of after March, like for whatever reason it was. Silly things, just, not insignificant things. So how are things going in Madrid? Start of October.
You mean a Corona crap update? Is that what you're looking for?
I mean, what else is not affecting every aspect of your life, Nicole?
We are on lockdown, Madrid, but lockdown meaning the latest as of Friday is nobody is allowed out of Madrid who lives in Madrid. We can move around to go to work and to go to the doctor and shopping, but we're not allowed to be in groups of 6 or more, indoors or outdoors. And there are police all along the major highways here. I guess it's actually a thing, but in my day-to-day life, I don't really notice because what do I do anyway? I go to work, I come home. Yeah, I go to the store, I guess. I haven't really done much.
So how has the school been handling things?
I got an email last Friday.
Nicole is a English teacher. Just give a little about the school that you actually.
So I teach at a private university, and right now we're doing this thing called bimodal teaching. So basically it's like 50% of the kids are in the class, kids 18, 22. Half of them are in class 1 week, and the other half are simultaneously watching and communicating through this app, that the platform that the school has. And my job has become now a teacher / game show host, okay, basically, because that's how I feel. I'm trying to entertain, look at cameras, do all kinds of stuff. And then the following week it changes. The shifts change. But we got an email. I don't know if I told you about this on Friday, typical. Everybody has to be ready and like giving us a list of things that we should have in place because they're anticipating a possible closure for the school, like 100% online. Don't know what they're waiting for or what the deal is, but okay, when you let me know, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just continue on.
And you would just go back to what happened in March, but you would at least be more prepared to continue teaching online. The only reason you're not doing it now is because there's the thought that it's not, that it's safe.
I mean, really, the school
they can do it safely.
It's out of the school's hands. It's those decisions are made by like the Ministry of Health or whatever you want to call it. So I guess when they step in, I don't know. I saw for you guys to close. I guess some schools are going to be closing. I read that today. Restaurants and things like that, partially, or what's the deal?
I think it was October 1st, restaurants could do a 25% capacity indoors. If you want to go inside some restaurant and eat, like that's really what you have to do right now. You can maybe do that.
Although the weather will be getting cold soon, and then no one's going to really want to.
Yeah, this is kind of the nice time to, Ronnie has a local spot that they have the tables and chairs like down a side street. And then they have tables in the front too. And so people sit in the front and he goes to the back and sits by himself and like sits outside and like has a sandwich and like and a beer or something just to get out of the house. And he like is completely away from everybody. But when it comes to like the weather's too cold to do that, he's not going to go back. I mean, like I've said, him and I have been on the same page. Just we don't have the luxury of like the president does to have a cocktail steroids and the latest medicines. Neither does any other American or most Americans. So we really have to be careful because we don't have the luxury of maybe getting admitted right away if we did get sick. It's insane. So the risks that all the New Yorkers have taken, it just really cuts to the core that people have been so irresponsible. I don't know. I'm sick to death of. I had a conversation this morning with a upstate New Yorker who's moving to New York City because she got a job here. She hopes things are going to get better. So good for her. She's got her opportunity now. I guess maybe she found cheap rent and got a job because nobody else wants that job. It's a nonprofit job, and she's going to be living on Roosevelt Island. Does that ring a bell? Do you remember when I lived on Roosevelt Island?
You lived there a long time ago. I totally forgot about that. But I also, when you said that, I mean, I lived literally walking distance from there.
Oh, in Queens. Oh, right. You know what I didn't want, so I stopped myself from really engaging. This was over Facebook. She reached out and said, oh, I don't mean to. She said, we got to go take a Bikram yoga class together. I can't wait to sit down and catch up. Like, we're going to go get a sandwich after our yoga class. And she said, and I said, well, my Bikram yoga class is permanently closed down. I don't know about anyone's in Manhattan, but I know they're not operating. She said, oh, well, the ones in Buffalo have opened. I hope everything's going to open soon. She's very hopeful. That's all. I'm not saying there was nothing more to it than that. And I wanted to say, do you know that the only way to get on and off Roosevelt Island with a car is through Queens? You can't drive from Manhattan to Roosevelt Island. You have to go to Queens and circle around and come back. And that's not a big deal. You get used to it. The sky. No, but if you have like a car.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you just get used to it. But like, I'm thinking that I don't want to call this person. I mean, I don't know if she.
Naive? Is that the word you're looking for?
Sure.
I said it, not you.
I mean, I think she's always wanted to. This woman, once a year when I worked at Sloan, you might remember me telling you about this woman. She lived in Buffalo, and she would come once a year to New York City for like PR for University of Buffalo. It was either Buffalo or Buffalo State, I can't remember. And she worked for their science, like promoting their sciences. So she would come and take me and somebody from Sloan to lunch once a year. And we would talk about science, like how the fellowship program was going. And we go to like a fancy lunch. She'd probably write it off or whatever. And so we became friendly online. Every time she'd come, she'd let me know she was coming. Does this ring a bell?
It does a little bit. You're starting to, yeah.
Then she started taking Bikram yoga, and just through Facebook, we had that in common. So now she's got an opportunity to move here. And I'm not slamming anybody for moving here. Great, move to New York, but it's the opposite of what's happening because there are moving trucks everywhere. People are leaving. So I don't mean to be pessimistic.
Yeah, but it's not going to be like your regular moving situation.
But all of these things like make me feel crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm living this life and other people I can't listen to them. They're wrong. And then all these other things are happening around me and I'm staying at home every day. I hate what's happening, but I'm talking to you through this, and we're recording ourselves because we think this is such an epic time that this is crazy what's happening. And then people are just, I don't know.
Going about. I know what you mean.
Can I one thing though, on this topic, how happy were you that Chris Christie got COVID?
Yes.
That piece of shit.
You know what I said? My exact words were, because I was like texting with a friend, and my exact comment was, "I see fat ass guy."
What a piece of, I said, I really let, there were so, I mean, he let that woman take the fall for him with that bridge thing. Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
of course. Yeah, yeah.
She was a mother and she went to prison. I don't know how many children she had, but she had little kids at home and she went to prison for him. That piece of shit.
I know. I can't stand him. As my uncle said, somebody should stick a pin in his ass and watch him deflate all the way to
I mean, they're just,
Rikers Island.
a line of real pieces of shit that deserve to know
Yeah.
what everybody else has been going through because they've been completely irresponsible.
That's a clear-cut case of asking for it. So I don't have any sympathies
The
there.
fucking sympathy though from everybody, like you can't talk shit about the president. I'm sorry, he's been completely irresponsible. I can't believe it's taken this. I don't. And then there's whether or not he's even telling the truth. This is all just fucking.
Yeah, I've gone back and forth on that one.
It's
But
really sad. It's all sad. It's all sad. Okay.
so
No,
listen. I'm changing topics onto happy thing. So I know that you've been doing this like stoop sale for the past couple of weeks, which is great because on one hand you're like trying to make a couple of bucks, but you want to get rid of crap. I know how it goes.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm assuming that this past weekend was your last because next weekend will be Columbus for you, and then the weather's going to start getting cold probably.
We might do like one more, but it would only be one day a week, and it might be we'll see. It all depends on the weather. But 2 days in a row is rough. We're all last night we were all so tired. Okay, so my funny thing, which this is nothing to do with any male, female, any kind of ethnic background whatsoever.
Hold on a second. Sorry about this. I'm going to pause us for 1 second. Hold on. For anyone who just missed that, my son was trying to buy something with PayPal. I had to straighten that out. Moving on. Okay, you said this has nothing to do with. Again?
Yeah. Oh, before that.
Are you gonna splice that together? How does that work? Let's. What is he trying to buy?
No, he's playing a game and some kind of advertisement or something came up.
Come on.
Okay, go ahead. So
it has nothing to do with male, female, like whatever. If I was playing a game and it was like over or under, right? Whether or not a person who walks by has clashing patterns. They're wearing clashing patterns. They are definitely going to stop and look. And then you get a bonus point if they buy something. Because I know that when you just see somebody with two patterns on, that's not to say that fashion wise, like that you can't wear two like stripes and like a flower, like that it works. I'm not saying, I'm saying when it's not intentional, you just put that on. That person's going to stop or come across and they're going to buy something.
This is the kind of
what I've learned.
Yeah.
Those are your customers.
Well, you got to do those kind of games to pass the time too. I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, and I really like I said the way that our courtyard is in the front. Like we can really socially distance. We set everything up in the front, so the people just touching everything touching. It was fun. We had a good time. But what it leads into is that I'm just making room for more plants. Is really all I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Let me see.
The plants are starting to. Well, I did get a really good deal. I took a walk to this plant store that was going out of business, and this guy gave me a good deal on this really big plant. It's so awesome, but I don't have that one.
Mommy, I can't
Oh wow.
Mommy, I can't play this house.
Ooh, is that one of those Monstera
So this is the mini monstera.
Okay.
This is, look at those leaves, aren't they
Those
awesome?
leaves are something
They're so
else.
cool. So this is like that, it's the nickname is the mini monstera. It's not like so big yet. Wait, here, I can pull it out. I haven't even put it in this pot yet. It's still in the
It's weird to think nature did that, like put the holes in the leaves, like the way they come out looking like that.
It's called fenestration.
Okay.
My monstera, the one that's in the living room, it just got 3 new leaves, and so as it gets older, each leaf will have more fenestration. Like you could see, like underneath the like newer leaves, like don't have any, but as it gets older, like they'll have more and more. If you see like an older one when it's got like tons of them, that's like an older plant.
Mm-hmm.
But then this is actually not even like the same family as monstera. It's oh wait, yeah, no, it's a maybe it is the same. It's called Ansoni. That's the other one. I have another one. It's called a tetrasperma. Raphidophora tetrasperma is another one. I didn't bring that one in. I'll bring that one next time.
Oh wow.
So this one's super cool. And I got like a good deal on it. So because it's small, but this is like vine everywhere.
Wow. I've
So
seen pictures
I
of those.
bought it small.
Yeah. Okay.
I just love these like cool leaves. They're so cool.
I love
right?
them too. It's definitely original. You don't see any other plants like that.
So this one is like, but I'm kind of nervous. Like I want to see it. Like what I was told is like, you don't move it out of the grow pot and like until it really needs to. And like each one of them is totally different. Like, okay. So then this one's really cool too. This is my plant show and tell. Okay. So this is it's called a Hindu rope, but it's a Hoya carnosa compacta. So like
Jesus.
I couldn't get it out. I'd have to like take
That
it out.
looks like, is that waxy?
Yeah. So see the little stick? That's where it like starts growing from. Hold on.
That's awesome. They're all like swirled.
Yeah, and it's like compact. So wait, hold on.
I never saw that before.
Isn't that so? So this grows to like it'll start pouring out of the like
Really?
these all just grow like individual like ropes because it like this little stick thing there. That's where it grows, and then the thing kind of like the leaf
around.
It's so fucking cool.
I like the stand too. That's
so
nice.
this thing's in the window, and I have 2 of them, and they like hang together in the window in the front.
You've definitely gone green thumb, I have to say.
Well, I don't, it's, let's talk about that in a year because I've killed, I think I've killed 2 plants too. So, and I know but you learn like, okay, so this is a funny thing. I named some of them, right?
Yes.
And okay, so how this all started was one of my neighbors was moving and was throwing out a plant, and I just kind of repotted it, and it started growing a little baby. It was like one of those birds of prey, those like big palm leaf kind of things, and it's growing a little thing, and I was so excited because I felt like if it's growing a new leaf, I did something right. So like Thursday night, I don't know, it was dark in the room or what. I was reaching over and I nipped the tip of the new leaf off it. Like it's still just like it looks like a pencil, honestly. Like it's like this hasn't opened up yet, but it's growing. I don't know, it had grown so much. I was reaching over and I totally like broke the tip off. I was like devastated. I didn't cry, but I was so upset because I was excited to see the leaf. And it's like it won't when the leaf like opens up, it's not gonna be a perfect leaf. So I'm watching one of these women that like I watch her videos or whatever, and at the end of one of them, she was talking about how, you know what, I don't even name my plants. Like, I know you guys think I'm a crazy plant lady, but honestly, like killed plants. Like, that's how you learn. Like, you can't get upset about it. Like, I've had to put dogs to sleep. I've lost family member. Like, those are real losses. Like, plants dying is not.
Did that
And
like
it was
put
so
you?
weird that it was like the next day that I was watching that video and I was like, you're right.
You're like, it's no big deal.
Oh, I have to step. Wait, my alarm's going off. I have to sign out. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. So,
speaking of like souls and those are the real things that count. You know, one of Violetta's friends got 3 kittens, not 1, not 2, but 3. So she's been going on and on. Why can't we get a dog? Why can't we get a cat, a lizard, whatever the heck? And I've just turned into that old lady, you know, like, no, like, if we get an animal, we'll never go anywhere. We'll never do, you know, when you're old, you can get as many animals as you want. You just sound like some granny saying that. Like, you know, you were told that when you were a kid. Like, I let you guys do so much. The last thing I want is an animal in here ruining my furniture, and I sound like an old lady. I know. No. Not even, I mean, what about a fish? No, I don't want that either. Why? So we could
what about
flush
the snails? What happened to the snails?
Well, it never rains here, but yeah, once it starts raining more, yeah, you can put those on the window, on the sill. I'm done with it. I couldn't get any of that when I was a kid. I never had a dog or a cat. Well, no, I did have a cat. I had a cat, Muffin. I think I told you about her. I had
But
that.
not until you were older?
No,
We weren't allowed to have pets.
No, we got the cat when I was 4, but it was an outdoor cat, which is the basic of not having a pet, okay? That thing literally, you think your cat had 9 lives? I'm not kidding around. Like, if it lives outside, you know it's going to rough it. I mean, the cat had 1 eye because a raccoon scratched it out. It had half a tail with a bone sticking out of it. It had broken the leg once. I'm telling you, and you name it, this cat was a trooper. You know how the thing died? From the time I had it, got it when I was 4. When I was 15, 16, no, maybe even, yeah, I want to say about 16. We had a blizzard. I don't even know what year it was, 95 maybe. We had a blizzard. Come May, when by the time all the snow melted, we found a hip bone in the the backyard. Definitely a cat. It wasn't anything else. So, well, that cat went out like a trooper, I have to say.
Like, how many years? Like it was older
12.
than 12?
Yeah. So, yeah, that's as far as it went. We weren't allowed to have anything else, but.
So why don't you, is it the building wouldn't want you to have pets?
No, I don't want it. I don't want it. We go away a lot, and then we come to, you know, I'm not, and especially a dog. A dog is like constant.
Yeah.
If I would, you know what I mean? It's not that I don't like them. I just don't want it.
Yeah, we dog sit for friends, and it's very nice to be an aunt and uncle.
Is that dog still there? It's got to be still there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you about that. But yeah, it's nice to have them because you know you're giving them. It's like being an aunt, you know.
Yeah, you can give it up later.
Oh well, you're only here for another week.
Let me spoil you.
Yeah. So then they're treated really. No, not like I would take an animal for granted, but we love having this dog. He's really awesome. I'm gonna miss him. Her. But she also comes with a cat, and that's why we're like extra special friends for taking animals, because the cat actually has learned. It's like now the cat's like been here long enough, it's starting to play games. I hadn't given it breakfast yet, and it's like meowing for breakfast, and now knows that to get my attention is to start eating one of the leaves of the plant. Like, doesn't touch plants, and like I've kind of been watching because some of them are poisonous to kids. Yeah. But like I know that his owner has a lot of plants, and I was just hoping. So far so good. But now the cat's getting comfortable and he's fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, oh, you want to play this game, I'm gonna eat one of your leaves.
So you're gonna like, I just had a terrible thought of like you returning the cat dead to the owner. Like, sorry.
Like, you can have the cat back, but we're keeping the dog. The dog is awesome.
They'll be back. They'll be back.
No, I mean, I'm saying I enjoyed the dog more. The cat's cool except for that.
Yeah.
But the dog is really awesome, and that was fun too. While we had people kind of walking by, that everybody loved the dog, but that's the other thing, and this is the part of me that's like Sebastian Maniscalco says, like his wife is like the dog. She wants to talk to everybody. I'm like the cat. I want to go and hide away. If we had a dog, like logistically, we would have to like be mindful of the other dog people and talk to other dog people in the neighborhood. And I'm just not that friendly.
I'm totally with you there. Yeah, it becomes a whole other, well, I mean, it's like that with kids too.
It's not that I'm not friendly. I'm not friendly to everybody. I'm not, and that's, you know what I mean? Like Ronnie's friendly to everybody. It's not that that's terrible.
Well, I used to be that way when Violetta was small, and you bring the kids to the park, and I'm like, I don't want to go here because I don't want to start talking to other parents and talking about bullshit. Like you would probably be talking about the dog. I don't want to sit there and talk about my birthing experiences with a bunch of strangers while the kids are running around, and like, no, I'll sit there with a newspaper if I have to. Like, just, I know it's antisocial, but I can't be bothered.
And on that note, kids. Oh, I
got problems with you people.
So I'm so, it's like the darkest parts of us, if we don't get them out, will explode. So I don't know what else to say. I mean, that's just the truth. I'm just not, I don't know. I am really friendly, and I do give a fuck, because I want to say that I got this book and I started reading it, and I'm gonna recommend it. Raiding Sweetgrass. Indigenous Wisdom, Scientific Knowledge, and the Teaching of Plants.
Oh, okay.
I just changed things. I read this thing about it, and I already read the first chapter, and it's gonna be one of those books I'm just gonna read the whole thing probably.
So it's nonfiction then.
It's like a lot of it's story. So far, the introduction was really pretty. It's like this whole kind of like Mother Earth story, and how like half of the people believe like kind of a Mother Earth concept, and the other half believe that Eve has been apologizing for her sins. And somewhere we need to like start healing the earth and braiding each other's hair.
This is a turn. This doesn't sound like something you'd go for.
Oh, this is like the hippy dippy side of me. That's like, okay. I've been, this is also getting rid of all this shit is just so, I mean, I want to compost so bad. I just don't, I remember composting was supposed to happen in New York City, and there was a sanitation worker that took Bikram, and he would tell me how even the workers were so against composting because they were going to be forced to do it through the sanitation department.
And why? Because of the smell, or they
said the workers will overthrow it. They don't think that they should be forced to do it. It was like a whole like. At the time, you don't think it's political, but it turns into political because they don't think the earth needs healing. So they're not, they just think that we can keep abusing the land and there's no consequences.
Have you ever been to, this is like on topic, but I heard about this through a friend, the Museum of Garbage? I'm not kidding. There's a Museum of Garbage in the city.
Is it in Staten Island?
No, that is garbage. I'm talking about an actual museum. No, it's weird. It's like talks about all this kind of stuff and shows like basically what a landfill is. I mean, and just.
There's this documentary. It's weird. I didn't think it was all on the same topic, but it is a little related. Woody Harrelson narrates it. It's on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like an earthy. It's all about carbon emissions.
Okay, yeah.
Just like there's an opportunity. I mean, but that's what kind of what this is about, is like, if we understand that, like, we're not, like, there's always this idea that people are the problem with the earth, but really it's a relationship with the earth. And if we started treating the earth and like giving, and that's the whole thing with like plants.
Yeah.
And they should be learning from plants, because plants have been here longer than humans, and they learn to take from the sun and from the soil and give back. And if we could selflessly learn how to do the same thing without taking advantage of others and killing each other, then maybe we could like save, you know, think of it more of a relationship than, you know.
The problem there is that the plants do it automatically by nature, but we as humans actually have to make the effort. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the problem. Whenever people are involved, it ruins everything.
Well, that's what this is saying, is that we shouldn't think that way.
Oh, then you should be talking to me, because that's my.
I'm trying.
That's my overall bottom line.
Well, that's what the thinking is, that if we weren't destroying things like, you know, in the Industrial Revolution, we just made these machines that didn't care about the environment, but you know, there's better ways to do things. I don't know. And that's the other thing is, like, who am I to sit here and be like, yes, I'm going to have a little garden in my backyard and try not to buy, you know, I mean, just trying to get this family to eat better and buy more locally is hard. So. Well,
every man has to put in some effort.
Right. Yes.
A little
that's the thing, when you just see people sitting behind a computer going, I'm an American, I deserve rights. It's like, what the fuck do you deserve? You haven't done
entitled. I'm entitled.
I mean, the fucking president's entitled. He never even, yeah. All right. There we go. It all goes back to that.
Well, listen, let's get back together next week, whether it be Sunday or Monday, because next weekend is a 3-day week holiday for both of us. So whenever you want to
record on Alex's birthday.
Okay, that's a Sunday.
And we'll sing happy birthday.
All right.
We'll play the Stevie Wonder song.
Okay.
All right.
See if he'll dance, and And
until then, have a good week.
Same to you. All right.
Wear a mask.
Bye.
Bye.